Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. Today, I'd like to share with you a totality view of Wing Chun 1850 because only you see this basic totality view and you get proficient with it. Only that way you be able to stand up to the challenge of our rival. Or else, with all the fragmented techniques, everybody have their 5 cents of opinion, for example, how to do a tan sao. And then everybody have these concepts of philosophy, but never have a totality view of what is an art is. It is a disaster. You will never ever be able to stand up to the challenge of our rival. So knowing the totality view is a must. Even though it is not necessary you can stand up to the challenge of the rival. But that is the must. The next thing is hard work and proficient with it, and then keep training and keep growing. Only that way you'll be able to stand up to the challenge of your rival. So, without this base, this totality view of what is Wing Chun 1850, it is forget about it. So, the reason why I'm sharing this to you today is last night I have a discussions, chatting with a few Kung Fu friends. Many of our Kung Fu friends is from different style, is complaining that like, oh, you cannot fight the BJJ guy because they are professional, because they train a lot. And there are many things they say is true. However, there is a problem there because when I ask about the totality view, everybody is, in my opinion, in my interpretation, maybe, probably. Well, how are you going to supposed to face any challenger, whether it's Western boxing, BJJ, Kyokushin, Thai boxing, when you don't have a totality view on what is going on, what are you doing? Okay? Now, it is a serious problem because what are you doing? Now, if we go back to 470 years ago, when Qi Ji Guang must face the Japanese pirates, because it's a problem already for the entire country, especially the southern part of the China. What did he do? He is going for the totality view from the metallurgical science or technology, how the Chinese making their sword, to the Japanese, how they make their sword, to the samurai sword techniques and all kind of stuff. Come up with a totality view, a totality system of educations to educate his army. So within a few years, they chased the pirates away. However, there is one other thing. Qi Ji Guang have change his army. At first, they recruit army from city, like the town city people. It doesn't work. Even they have this totally view stuff. And then they recruit their army from other place. And finally, they recruit his army from those miner, okay, the people who work on mine and so forth, with a really strong body, train them. That is how Qi Ji Guang can defeat his rival. Now, if you don't even have the totality view of what is going on, and today you say, well, I do Tan Sao this way, I have to clamp my knee this way, I have to do like Tai Chi, I have to do like, what the heck is that? Are you serious? Or talking about the history of, oh, this is from Shaolin, this phrase from White Crane Fujian, this techniques is this is this is that. What is that? How can you face BJJ when they have a totality view, or judo, or kyokushin, or Thai boxing, or Western boxing, where you don't have everything, but you just have a fragmented thing? I know what I'm saying here straight is probably going to get people unhappy, or get even so many grandmasters for past 100 years unhappy. But isn't that what Bruce Lee say? Hey, you guys Chinese martial art, including Wing Chun, is land swimming. Because you really don't have that totality view of what are you doing. It's just you mix match different style which has got nothing to do with anything. So today I decide to share this with you. Probably this is the first time in the past 170 years since 1850 until today, this got to be addressed. Or else, it's hopeless. It's just opinion. Oh, opinion. Everybody is be able to talk opinion and then say, my grandmaster, my teacher is this best fighter, blah, blah, blah. But when you get up to the UFC, everybody fight Western boxing or train BJJ. Why? Because you don't have a totality view of Wing Chun today. Not just Wing Chun, even Chinese Kung Fu. So if you don't like what I say, sir, 60 years ago, Uncle Bruce Lee already said it. So why it takes so long for 60 years people still go sleeping, keeping make more movie? Or Wing Chun is Tan Bong Fok, and are you serious? So that's the reason why I share with you straight today. Now, we need to close that volume, start a new volume. First thing, talk about uniqueness of style. For the judo, what is their uniqueness? What they are doing? Well, judo is about control. How about BJJ? Submission. That's what they do. So how about Wing Chun? What does Wing Chun do? Don't tell me Wing Chun is Tan Bong Fok, straight line, punch, and then the closest between 2 point is a straight line. You have to have a triangle point and all those. Don't tell me those. Okay? Those mean just I don't know. Just say, just clearly say I don't know. So judo is control. The BJJ say is submission. So what is Wing Chun 1850? Wing Chun 1850 is about, or is, Wing Chun 1850 is pressure. Pressurize your rival. Pressurize. So What is pressurized? Well, Hendrik created? No. Pressurized in Cantonese is a big pressure, big. But the Chinese meaning in today's language is actually what? It is shutting down your rival's offense. Shutting down your rival's offense is pressurized. So judoka will fight you. The entire missions is for the control. The BJJ will be submission. Wing Chun, 1850. When you get into the battlefield, the entire thing is about pressurize your rival, or in a long way saying that it is shutting down your rival's offense. Okay? Now, so how to do it? How to do it? You cannot say, well, judo is about control, BJJ is about submission, and you walk away. And then everybody have their opinion, have their interpretation, have their concept, have their this technique is for this. Hey, it never happened like that, right? Judo have a very complete technological base to support that control. BJJ have the complete, a totally the base foundation to support the submissions. So same with Wing Chun 1850. When he said it is pressurized or big the opponent or shutting down the rival's offense, it has a complete base on that. Now I don't create this. The ancient have already defined it. It is just past 130 years. People have no clue on all this. For the most, we cannot say everybody, but most have no idea about this and get into opinion and this and that and that and that, and even until Uncle Bruce Lee said, hey, you guys are land swimming, still going on. Why? We make more movie. Okay? You only live in the movie. In the movie, you can fight the karateka, changing the name of karate style. Well, you fight that in the movie. Fine. You live in the movie too. Okay. So today, let's get to the bottom line. You want to rising up to face the challenge of your rival, you better have this. Or else it is just, hey, I practice Wing Chun, but you know what? When you fight, you go using BJJ, you're using Western boxing, you're using Thai boxing. What the heck is that? People just laugh the hell out of you. So, let's get it. Wing Chun 1850. The pressurized. Okay? So I don't want to redefine it anymore. Pressurized is very short word. It's better to use it. The big. The first thing you need to know, you need to pressurize him, the opponent, the rival. You need to pressurize. You need to get from this range into close by to him. Because Wing Chun 1850 is an art which is having the leg as the arm, the body as an arm, and the two arm. Okay, so from here to there, the first thing to implement this pressurizations is the shoot in. The shoot in can be right in front of right in front of the rival between his two hands, or right in to his attacking hand, or shoot in to the outside of this hand. So this is the two hand, this is the front, this is the face, can go in here. So shoot in can be go like this, from here or from here. For example, shoot in is get in from here. Shoot in can get in from here. Shoot in can get in from here. Always can shoot in from here, shoot in from here, shoot in from here. And that is dealing with momentum, meaning you shoot in your body, mass multiplied by speed. And that's why you need the skill of recycling momentum. Because when in the real life, in the real fight, when you shoot it in one way, oh shoot, you miss it. So what happened? You can turn right away, shoot on the other side. That is for the recycling momentum. That is the first thing of the pressurization. Now, once you shoot in, the first thing is your leg attack. Your leg is attacking him while you are shooting in. Your butt is attacking him while you are shooting in. Your body is crush him or lean into him while you're shooting him. Your body position is in such that you limiting his activity or the range of motion or degree of freedom of this arm, and you make this arm defensive. You want to be here with him now under the state of defensive, because you just shut down his offense. You have two hands here, you have your elbow here, that is your attack. Your techniques is using here. That is how or what it means shutting down your rival's offense. Of course, you're going to change, and you're going to change with him. You're keeping shutting him down. Whether you want to put a heavy strike or not is a different story. But you keep shutting him down. So sure, if you play with a judo friend, they're going to do their control. And you're going to do your shutting down of their offense. They train their way, you train your way. You have to be proficient with what you're doing. You don't you fight as what you train as what you fight. Okay? So that is the pressurized or pick or shutting down your rival's offense. Now, the power generations using in the 1850 for this shutting down is named as concess without concession. Concess without concessions, meaning is using the twerking, turning of the body with the stepping. One, do not fighting the force face to face. For example, he is attacking me here. I using my steps and my body twerking. I concess. He's coming this way. I concess without concession. Now I'm in the positions of shutting him down. His offense here, pressurizing here. Okay? So that is the power, the jing in Chinese term, or the strength. Also, Wing Chun 1850 have another type of strength where with this twerking and turning every joint, with the shifting or moving of the step, it has a short power, for example. So, for example, concess without concession, you get in, you right away at this place, you do a short power. He's going to struggle, you go in. Again, concess without concessions. You shoot him this close. So, this is the power, the jing in the Chinese. This is the type of thing you want to expect with the Wing Chun's body to develop. No, it is not white crane from Fujian. It is not Tai Chi. It's not Shaolin Wing Chun. It is not Shaolin Five Animal. Why? Because when you get in, you lock him up here, you shut him down here, you need to have your short power here. Because your opponent will try to control you, to submissions you, or to strike you, and you need that here. Because it is Wing Chun 1850. It is by design. They designed it this way. So they design with this type of momentum handling, this type of uniqueness of pressurizing, this type of torquing and sidestepping, and this type of joint power and so forth. Okay, so it's very particular what type of jing or power there. It is not, I don't know, oh, it's internal. Tai Chi is internal. Bagua, Xing Yi, Tai Chi, Yi Quan. What are you talking about? We need something power to execute the pressurizing strike here, the continuous strike here. And none of those white crane, all those things can develop that. It is this clear. It has to be this clear. Have you seen that people in BJJ in under the ground say, "Hey, I have to fa jing like Tai Chi"? What the heck is that? Okay. As for the hand techniques, you have the yin techniques where your palm facing downward. You have the yang techniques where your arm palm facing upward. This is called yang. You need to have that complete. And you have to have the finger, the finger practice. Why? Because if he is struggling with me here, he's struggling with me here. For example, this close. Of course, he's going doing stuff. All of this is attacking his neck, his head, his nose, his eyes, his ear, the entire thing. That is another part of the techniques for the short jing, the finger techniques. Because while he is leaning at me, he's going to take me down or something. Beside my twerking and step out to struggle to play with him, all this technique to his face, the back of his head, to his throat, everything goes. Okay? That's what it is. That's why in 1850 Shulin Tao, you have all this. Five finger draw the Tai Chi. By the way, this Tai Chi is not that Tai Chi Quan Tai Chi, okay? Tai Chi Quan is just their own style, got nothing to do with Chinese culture when people say this Tai Chi. And with this, it changed to different type of techniques. That is what it is. That is why it is in the Shulin Tao 1850. It is planned that you get this close. Then I need to have that while I'm playing with you. Of course, beside that is your breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure, because when you need to shoot in, you need to exerting here, you need to twerking here, all those things need to have that stamina, have that cardio training and everything. Now, this is the very basic. I don't even talk to you about going down the slope or going to the ground kick stuff yet. It's just this very simple. Without this, what are you doing? Punching in the straight line, standing in the pose. Can you take it? That's why it is called self. Concess without concession. And in the same time, you pressurize him and all your attack from the leg to the body to the arm, fingers, elbow, all come. That is why people call it snakes. Like a snakes. It is not like you draw a snakes and then you say that watching the Shaw Brother movie. Snake is like this. Or then the crane is like this. Forget about it. So what I'm saying here all is written in the ancient scripture. Like it or not, that's what we face. The world outside which we have to face, the ancient totality system we have to face. That is a reality. That's why I choose to share with you today. In order to proficient is one need to start spa, keeping spa, and then keeping thinking, oh, if I enter this, say for example, I enter in this way, I enter this way, I want enter and enter this way. When I shoot in, I go from here, shoot in. How about I go like this? That's using butt and everything go. You have to be proficient with it. Keeping spa, keeping spa, keeping spa. Of course, not aim to hurt people, but aim to be proficient with the pressurizations or to shutting down the opponent. If you can shut him down, you don't have to hurt him. So the reason why I call this the version 2 of Wing Chun Dami is if you don't have this, what are you doing? With the Dami today, can you practice the Wing Chun this way to develop the skill of pressurizing? No way. You cannot do it. That's why again and again, when something is completely break down, you put in the movie, and then you preaching in the movie. You get everybody to look like it is real in the movie, but in the real life, how many seconds can you last? When you go up to a UFC, like many people told me yesterday in this chat, in this meeting. So here I present this to you. You like it or not, I already tell you what it is. Okay? Now you know what is you have to deal with. What is you have to deal with today and what you have to deal with in the past. Nobody can keeping saying, it is my Wing Chun, my XYZ Hendrik Wing Chun. What Wing Chun? If you don't even have this proficiency, this basic what Wing Chun. And if with this Wing Chun, the first move you get in, you know it is about pressurization. Like our BJJ friend, the first thing you get in, you know is going to go submission. It's not like, oh yeah, I practice BJJ, but this is boxing. We need to practice boxing to make BJJ works. Have everybody tell you this before? It's such so ridiculous thing. People won't even say it, right? It never happened because they have their training. BJJ is very respectable art. Have their training. They know what they want to do. They train their body. They keeping improve every time they're sparring, every time they fight with other people. Wing Chun 1850 have no different than that. Everybody is equal. There is no superiority complex like, I know it all. I am the grandmaster. My Sifu is the grandmaster, the king of Wing Chun. Forget about it. So, this is what I share with you. Take it or leave it. 60 years ago, Uncle Bruce Lee have already tell you. And 60 years later, I tell you this. You like it or not, all whatever I tell you today can be checked into from the ancient classic. In fact, in my book, in the Amazon, all whatever about this already translated into English, mapped into the science, verified with the sports science. That's what the ancient do.